Here are 3 modern day albums that have been heavily inspired by the 80s. I know I don't just speak for myself when I say that there's a sense of reemergence of the 80s era. A modern version, if you will. When you take a look at the past couple of years, you'll notice that there's a familiarity in the synths, melodies, and beats of a lot of current music that bring back a certain type of nostalgia. One that can even be noticed by people who weren't even born in that era, such as myself. Number 1, we've got The Weeknd with After Hours in 2020 and Dawn FM this year in 2022. After Hours featured 80s dance pop as well as a fusion of The Weeknd's original dark R&B style. Hits such as Blinding Lights, Save Your Tears, and In Your Eyes are one of the most 80s inspired tracks on the album. A bunch of his songs are light and full of synths, whereas in Dawn FM it represents that shift from darkness into a more light, feel-good type of vibe. Dawn FM, being the sequel to After Hours, really transitions into sounds that so clearly define the 80s. There's more elements of pop and disco, and we even have Jim Carrey featured as a radio station host who narrates the character's journey from the darkness into the light.
You've been in the dark for way too long. It's time to walk into the light.
Number 2, Dua Lipa's Future Nostalgia, which was released in 2020. This one's quite obvious right off the bat given its name, Future Nostalgia. It's like modern day nostalgia. It's intended to be a pop disco album, influenced by artists such as Madonna, Gwen Stefani. The 80s era is not only represented by the sound of her album, which runs through each and every track, but also the visuals in her music videos. Songs like Let's Get Physical are like that 80s pop workout jam. She's got the hair, she's got the clothes, everything about it, the colors, all of it just looks like it's straight out of an 80s pop workout video. And let's not forget one of Dua Lipa's biggest hit songs, Levitating, which is most famously known for its 80s Daft Punk-like influence. And last but not least, at number 3, we've got Miley Cyrus's Plastic Hearts album, also from 2020. Ever since 2020, Miley Cyrus has entered a new era of her music, which incorporates a lot of 70s and 80s inspired classic rock influences, from punk to glam to metal. You can even see it in the edgy clothes she wears, her hair, her makeup. Not only did Plastic Hearts draw inspiration from classic 70s and 80s music, but more fittingly, it actually featured artists such as Joan Jett and Billy Idol. There's even a song on the album called Edge of Midnight, Midnight Sky Remix, featuring Stevie Nicks, one of the singers of the iconic band Fleetwood Mac. And the album even features Dua Lipa, for crying out loud. We're coming full circle here, people. I know I only gave 3 pretty big popular examples of 80s inspired albums, but I want to hear from you guys. What is some current modern day music that you believe is reminiscent of the 80s? Let me know down in the comments below. Much love!